What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Oh wow, we have not done these guys in quite a while. We're coming back to Mindless Self Indulgence. Yes, indeed. Mindless Self Indulgence fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Michael Clark. And Michael wanted to see me react to this song by Mindless Self Indulgence entitled Never Wanted to Dance. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second. Yeah, I've heard this song before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Uncle Max 27, okay? And the video has 117,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. MSI, which I assume stands for Mindless Self Indulgence, never wanted to dance at Irving Plaza in New York City. 3251. So March 25th. 2014, I'm assuming. Hey, we get to see them live. I haven't seen that on the channel yet, I don't think. Everything we've heard from Mindless Self Indulgence so far has been studio, so our first live performance from them. This ought to be interesting. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
That was a horrible choice.
Whoa.
Funny how this keeps happening to me.
Is that what I think it is?
It's shit like this is exactly what I'm talking about. I cannot get a real job anymore. Not with the name Little Jimmy Urine. It's not even the Little Jimmy part, it's the urine part. You ever try putting an application together at Starbucks and put urine? They're like, no thanks, no thank you, no. So I need a new nickname. What's my new nickname? Little Jimmy? Little Jimmy? Little Jimmy suck my dick? That's the same thing. What's my new nickname? Little Jimmy what? That's later. What's my new nickname? What is it? Little Jimmy what? You just did the same thing he did. You follow every... Oh, yes, you do, because you're in the front row. What's my new nickname? I need to get a job, so it better be good. This is all on her. No pressure. Little Jimmy Freddy. Little Jimmy Freddy. Fetching? That's kind of nice. It's the suit, isn't it? Fine, I'll take the suit off.
And the girls go crazy. I love seeing bands do stuff like this. Okay, number one, crowd interaction, obviously, okay? But having fun with it and not being afraid to roast the fans and roast the audience. Not in a malicious way, but in a way that's comedic, a way that's fun and lighthearted. It all started with okay, look, we all know what that was. Being tossed up on the stage. I think we all can say we know what that was. I got a funny story about one of those, but I'm not going to tell it. I might make that I might make that story a Patreon exclusive because I don't know if YouTube can handle that story. But in any case, it's not what you think. Get your minds out of the gutter. But I loved how he was going around to the front of the crowd, having some fun with them while I believe the bass player was taking care of a tech issue of some kind, maybe switching out basses, maybe just needed to do a quick tune-up. I don't know. But things were going on backstage, and rather than just stand around with dead air, lead vocalist takes it upon himself as the front man to go around to the crowd and have some fun with them. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I know people are going to get upset and go, oh, he's wasting time. He's killing time. They could be playing songs right now. Yeah, you're right. They probably could if we didn't have some sort of a tech issue. You know what I mean? Do you want the bass player to play with out-of-tune strings or broken strings or, you know, whatever the issue might have been? I don't think so. I'd rather have them take that minute and a half and let the bass player have a chance to take care of whatever it is the bass player needs to take care of. And while that's happening, vocalist comes up and entertains the crowd. I got no issue with it. I think it's cool. Good move. Really good move.
Nice. It's the suit, isn't it? Fine, I'll take the suit off.
And the girls lose their minds.
You need this? You need this?
Oh, God. All I can say is I hope those weren't used. Oh, it's always dangerous. You know, people, actually, that's a funny, not since that happened, that kind of brings up a topic. People have asked me in the comments on several videos, when I'm playing live on stage, has that ever happened? You know, people throwing things up on stage, like bras and other things. And my answer is yes, it has happened. Sometimes, it depending on the show and how much time we have, sometimes we just ignore it. Sometimes we pick them up and drape them on the mic stands, you know. But, you know, we have fun with it sometimes. But we just got to be careful, though. We do wash our hands after the show, I promise you. And all the instruments get absolutely cleaned up and sanitized. Not that we don't trust people. It's not that. It's just we just gotta take precautions and protect ourselves, you know. So anyway, I just think that's funny. But yes, it does happen. It happens. It doesn't happen as frequently as you might believe it does, but yes, it has happened several times, many times. Anyway, I'm enjoying the show. The song, not so much. The song's good. I don't really have a complaint with the song. It's very simple, very easy to follow. But here's the thing. It opens up the door for a lot of crowd engagement, like a lot of crowd engagement. A lot of opportunity to sing along or even take the lead, call and response, you name it. And he's doing a lot of that. So I got no issue with that. I think they're taking the song that is very simple and they're making the most out of it in a live situation. And for live shows, ultimately, isn't that what you want? I think so. I mean, I know that's just me, but when you have a song that's like this, as simply structured as the song is, if there isn't all those things happening on stage, if there isn't all that call and response and crowd interaction and having fun on stage, if that's not happening with a simple song like this, it can get very stale very quickly in a live situation. So I'm glad to see it's happening. Anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Hope they're reinforced. Whoop. Keep going. Yeah. I'm going to say some things that might actually shock some people in the review. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe people know me better than I think they do. Maybe people have been watching the channel for a while and have an idea of what I'm going to talk about, and they're probably right. I kind of hinted at a couple of things during the course of the reaction. So let me just get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Mindless Self Indulgence with Never Wanted to Dance. This was a request from Michael Clark. Okay, I did say in closing, I might say some things here that may take a couple people by surprise, but I also did say that if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time and you know who I am and you know what I'm about, what I'm going to say really is not going to be that much of a surprise, you know. But if you're fairly new to the channel, yeah, I might say some things that may shock you a little bit. But let's get started here. Let's start off with that score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, and this is going to require some explanation, and that's where I'm going to shock some people. I'm going to give that a 7.2. Yep, 7.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.2. What does that mean? Well, a 7.2 would translate to a really good skill rating, so believe it or not, I think overall that was a really good presentation. It would also give 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Yes, a B, not a C, not a D, a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.2, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Haha! So glad you asked. Okay, can we be honest here? I believe we can. I believe we can be honest with each other, and we can hopefully take a step back and take a look at the big picture, and we can really objectively look at everything that we and think about what we experienced with this presentation. Let's start off with the song first, okay? Was the song a great song?
No.
No, it was not. Was the song a really good song?
No! God, please, no! No! No!
No, it was not. Was the song a pretty good song? I would be willing to say yes, and as a matter of fact, I do say yes. I think overall, the song itself, the songwriting of and the arranging of the song, the execution of the song from a musicality standpoint, from a musicianship standpoint, I think it was pretty good, okay? It really does kind of just revolve around two riffs. You got the one to the minor 3 to the minor 6. I like that. That's kind of catchy. What really caught my attention more, though, was coming out into, I believe it was the chorus, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But going from the root down to the minor 6, up to the major 7, back up to the root. Just that little half step back up to the root again. That accidental was interesting. I will give it that, absolutely. Not at all what I was expecting. You know, you go from the root down to the 6, and you're gonna see it's gonna move up. What do people automatically assume? If we're in a minor 6, we're gonna go to the minor 7. That would make sense, right? That's very typical. Going to the major 7 instead, a half step further, that was definitely different. It sounded good. Am I gonna say that they did anything mind-blowing from a musicianship standpoint? No, nothing mind-blowing, nothing impressive, nothing great, nothing I would even say was really good, but it was solid. It was a pretty good job between the songwriting and the musicianship. I will give that its due, absolutely. It was not bad. I did not hate it. I didn't even dislike it. I kind of felt myself grooving along to it a little bit, actually. I'm not gonna lie, it felt pretty good. The groove of the song felt pretty good. The musicianship was pretty good. The vocals were pretty good. Everything about the song screams pretty good. And that's why, honestly, just the song alone, if I were to base my score just completely on the song alone, I would give it about a 6.2. I think that's fair. I think that's exactly what the song itself would deserve. So why in the world am I giving this a 7.2, a full point higher? Why did I do that? I have said this time and time again on the channel, and I know there's a lot of people who have watched the channel for a long time. Say it with me, folks. If you know what I'm gonna say it with me. Ready? A live performance can help your score, or it can hurt your score. In this case, it helped. It helped a lot. It moved it up a full point. And it's absolutely deserved. Starting off with the very beginning of the presentation, we haven't even started playing the song yet. There were some technical issues I could see going on. I think the guitar player had to do with some tuning. I saw the bass player leave the stage and go behind the backdrop. I think she had to take care of something. I don't know what. I mean, maybe she broke a string, or she had to tune, or maybe she had to switch out basses. I'm not 100% sure, but something was going on there for a while, over a minute. So, as the front man, I believe his name is Johnny, from what I could hear from the conversation he was having with the crowd, the lead vocalist, the front man, Johnny, had a choice to make. He could sit around, stand there silently, wait patiently for everybody to come back on stage, and then continue on. Or he could take the more entertaining approach and take a moment to have some fun, to have some levity with the crowd. He chose option B, and in all honesty, option B was the right call. I love whoever threw that you know what it was, threw the inflatable up on the stage. Yeah, that was interesting. He had some fun with that. Why not? Someone's gonna throw you a prop. You might as well use it, right? Don't just sit there and ignore it. Especially with dead time, you know, you gotta fill in some time. Someone's gonna give you a toy to play with it, absolutely. not only did he do that, but he then engaged the crowd with some Q&A. You know, and that's crowd engagement. Absolutely, that is absolute crowd. What was the word I'm looking for?
You suck!
Crowd interaction. There it is. There it is. Light bulb. Crowd interaction. That was absolutely crowd interaction. Before the song even started, we had that box checked. It was, look, as a frontman, don't you want to check off as many of those boxes as you can? You better believe it. He did a great job engaging the crowd, keeping the crowd entertained, not losing the crowd while we're sitting around waiting for tech issues to be solved. Had some fun doing it. And I think that's brilliant. I absolutely think that's fantastic. I wish more musicians, more frontmen would take that opportunity. I have seen several shows where there's a tech issue of some kind, and there's literally anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes of dead time. The lead vocalist just goes and sits down on the drum riser or goes off stage, and meanwhile the guitar player is standing there looking around, and the drummer is sitting behind the drums, and they're looking around while the bass player is getting whatever fixed, or the bass player and the drummer are standing around looking around in bewilderment while the guitar player is getting a tech issue fixed. Or the guitar player and the bass player standing there looking around in bewilderment while the drummer is fixing his drums or her drums or whatever the case may be, and the lead vocalist just walks off the stage. What a missed opportunity. You know, I'm sorry, but I think that's a severe miss in your calling as a front man. Aren't you supposed to be there to be the front man, to be the leader, and keep that crowd engaged? I think so. So he did a great job of that. And then when the song started, he continued it. He kept, whenever he had the chance, call and response, call and response, call and response with the crowd. I think that's fantastic. Again, more crowd interaction. We had some stage interaction to boot. Stage energy was through the roof with everybody on stage moving around, having fun, engaging with each other. The stage presence was definitely there. They definitely looked like rock stars. They did not look like roadies, walking around stage, just wandering around aimlessly, looking for their missing Allen wrench or their missing, roll of gaffer's tape or whatever it is they're looking for. They looked like rock stars, and they absolutely did the part. Showmanship, yeah, I'll give that a check, absolutely. I could not tell you, folks, the anxiety I felt when I saw the lead vocalist go and stand on the drummer's kick drums. Folks, those kick drums are not that strong. I know he probably, looking at him, he probably weighs about $120 soaking wet. But at the same time, those drums are not meant to hold severe weight. They're just not. I have seen so many lead vocalists jump up on drums that are not reinforced. Folks, you can reinforce them. Absolutely. You can reinforce them with rodding, with metal rims or whatever it is you want to do. You can reinforce them, and so that they can be stood on as long as it's planned. But when you don't plan on it and you don't reinforce the drums, I cannot tell you how many times I have seen drummers being inspired out of nowhere, jumping up on top of the kick drums. The next thing you know, the kick drum does this. The guy's standing on top over here, and it goes, and it basically splits in half, and the poor vocalist, falls to the ground. Speaking of which, let's talk about that fall. Yeah, he took a fall. He did. He slipped and fell and landed flat on his back. What did he do? Turned around mid part of the show. He didn't lay there and go, oh, my back, somebody call an ambulance. Oh, he didn't do that. No, he made it part of the show. Basically, he just laid there and went, oh, yeah, I meant to do that. And then he stands up and goes, y'all believe me, don't you? He has to give the crowd that look, like, you believe me, right? No, he made a joke out of it. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to make it into a tragedy if possible. You want to try to make it part of the show, and you can make people laugh doing it, then do it. Very, very entertaining live show, I gotta say. And not just from him. Bass player was very entertaining to watch. It's kind of cute, too. Not gonna lie. Listen, I may be married, but I'm not blind, okay? She's cute. The guitar player was moving around quite a bit, engaging the crowd. The drummer was doing everything that the drummer could do to be animated, with the stick clicks and everything for the cues for the crowd. It was just a very engaging live show. I gotta say, it was from a live show standpoint, it was top notch, man. They did everything they could to make themselves look good, and they did. And I gotta give them credit for that. So that's how we're going from a 6.2 all the way up to a 7.2. Yeah, a full point increase. I feel good about that, and I got no issue giving them that bump. So yeah, a 7.2, that's where we're at, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.2, which is a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later, peace.